We are starting our Mekong riverboat cruise in Saigon port. Checking in is at Sofitel Plaza in the first district. And here she is, isn't she a beauty, our home for the next 8 days. The rooms are very comfortable and we will have a fine time on board. The sun deck is still wet from last night's rain. After lunchtime, which is a la carte today, we will go downstream to the Chinese Sea. It's the end of rainy season and the weather forecast isn't so nice for the next 8 days. That's why this trip we are only 14 passengers on board, which will be pampered from a 14 members crew. Late afternoon, evening is coming and now it's captain's cocktail. Tonight we went to bed early and that's why we could race up early in the morning the following day. Sunrise on Mekong River, 5:15 in the morning, close to Cambodian. The morning excursion is bringing us to the floating markets, a little church and to a shopping possibility in very small business shops. From far away over the water we could see this beautiful small white church. A lot of people join in the Catholic religion, but they are very tolerant. In Vietnam you often find churches, temples and pagodas side by side. Here is the Candyman. We are learning how to make popcorn with 250-degree hot ashes and white rice.
And then the second step.
Was easy, wasn't it? Now they have to separate the unwanted parts from the finished product. In a very similar way they are producing candy. They are adding to the popcorn some honey, peanuts or ginger. And they are tasting really good. The bonbons everyone tried, but nobody was brave enough to taste the rice wine with snakes and scorpions inside. It's lunchtime and now we are heading back to La Marguerite. After another fine 5 courses lunch there was time to relaxing and enjoy the pool. Sadek is a very special small town, mostly unknown to the world, but well known to a small amount of literati. At the beginning of the 20th century, a French lady, Marguerite was living here, being daughter of a shoe teacher. She deeply fell in love with a Vietnamese gentleman, and it was a forbidden one, because he was also married. The story of her life she wrote down in a book, and it was very famous. Now we are here in this town 100 years later. What kind of life must she have had when she was living here? Later in her years, Marguerite bought the house of her lover. It was a police station for years and now it is a small museum telling the story of her life. The street market, and we love to walk over street markets. The smell is from good to ugly, you cannot imagine this. Bye-bye Sadek, you really have a story to tell. As beautiful as this day started, here was ending with a fantastic sundown. While we have been sleeping, La Marguerite was traveling upriver to Tan Chau. It's our last day in Vietnam. In the afternoon we will cross the Cambodian border. A small boat is bringing us to the pier, and the morning is beginning with a small adventure. The very friendly Vietnamese tour guide explains us how to mount a rickshaw. Tourists are mostly unknown in this town, and that is why everybody gives us a warm welcome and was waving at us. Our first stop is a small factory which is weaving silk in a traditional way. It's very hot and extremely loud in here. After a short rickshaw ride we are reaching our next destination, a factory which produces rattan mats and slippers. We also have never seen something like this before. The rattan they are using is produced in Vietnam, but a lot of amount is also coming from China with a different quality. The employees are very busy and are not disturbed from our visit. This part of Tan Chau in the outer skirts looks like a small village. Now at the end of rainy season people are waiting for the water to fall down again. The water has fertilized the fields, and when it's gone they can start planting corn again. There's only one sightseeing spot missing this morning, the floating fish farms. Below the wooden floor of these houseboats there are big fish tanks which are separated from the river with nets. Early in spring small fishes are brought in and they are taken care of for 1 year. Then the boat swims to the selling pier and the harvest is brought in. This afternoon we will stay on board because of the custom formalities. This is the time for our very good chef on board. He's from Cambodia and he is cooking very delicious dishes in the Khmer style. And his hobby and his art is fruit sculpturing. It looks so nice and takes so long to do it. There was also time to create some new cocktails and taste them. It was fun time on board. Now we are in Cambodia and the rest of the afternoon was time to do nothing, which is also very nice. The landscape has changed and the trees becoming bigger and bigger. Night falls and tomorrow we will be in Phnom Penh, and that is another story to tell. See you then, maybe you are following us. Bye bye!